Welcome to the Spirit-Led Podcast, your guide on a journey to full enlightenment in this beautiful life. I'm your host, Joan Hope Craig. Each episode we explore spiritual wisdom, life's purpose, and the profound impact of daily choices on our personal growth and the world. Welcome, listeners and viewers of the Spirit-Led Podcast. Today we have a very special treat. It's our very first panel discussion with multiple guests, and we have Walter and Wilma Berger from Germany and Swami Nirvanananda from Italy joining us to talk about their recent experience at the Kumbh Mela, a spiritual festival in India, and we're going to learn so much from them today. So welcome, Walter, Wilma, and Swamiji.
Welcome.
Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you. Namaste to all.
Yes. Well, Swamiji, would you go first and just tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I'm a Swami since 1992 in the tradition of Sarasvati, so Swami Nirvanananda Sarasvati. And I met Roy Eugene Davis in 2005 when he came to Italy for the first time. And since then I have come to CSA almost every year. And then I became also a minister by Roy Davis. And mainly I'm a singing Swami or traveling Swami. Most of the time I'm traveling and chanting bhajan, kirtan, spiritual music, and collecting donation for the children of Puri. We have a school in Puri, children of the lepers colony, and I've been going there since 1987, and from that time now we have built a real beautiful school, and there are almost 1,000 children there, and that's that's what I'm doing.
Thank you for sharing that. And I know we're going to link in the notes of this podcast because I've seen some of the videos online about the school and your history, and we'll link some of your music as well. And later we're going to hear some of your singing. So we're really grateful for that. And I will just also share that you're going to be at CSA in July, the
Yes.
21st through the 25th. Well, Wilma, would you go next and just tell us a little bit about yourself, your Kriya background, and what you'd like to share with the audience?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Wilma Berger, so as they call in USA. I met Roy Eugene Davis here in Germany with my husband, Walter. And he came to give, there was a nice
Retreat
there in Passau.
2009.
Wow,
Yeah.
it seemed like it was yesterday. Remember him, especially today. And yes, I was very impressed to see him when I saw him the first time coming inside at the church. It was somebody very tall, but his energy was so strong that it touched me right away, and since then we have a contact. We went to see him usually 2 times per year, and we had some private talking with him as well, which we enjoy so much. We talk about not only Kriya yoga, but about our life and personal things, and always with humor and laughing. We have really a good time at the moment. We always were looking forward for our special meeting with Roy, our private meeting with him. Yes, it was. We were right away connected with him, and yes, and we started studying and translating the words that I didn't understood, especially, and to go deeper in the meaning. But with the years, things became more easygoing, and also we celebrate in the US our marriage, our spiritual marriage with him, which became a very special event for us and memory. It was a blessing for both of us. Yes, and in 2019, after he passed away, and we became teachers and minister ordered by Ron Linda, and of course we always remember him because he was the right hand, let's put it this way, from Roy, and I remember him especially because sometimes I went by myself and I stayed there a period of time, a month or something like this, and he went to pick me up at the airport. So I had the opportunity to really have a good communication with Ron. He was very open, very deep in his words, and humble, very humble as well. And he really was, after passing Roy or Jean Davis, the best guidance that we had. And then say, we always remember this time.
Yeah.
Yes, and still today. Yes, and beside that, I had connection with his wife before she became his wife. Yeah, this is
Helene.
Helene, yes. So I communicate with her sometimes in our telephone handy and some things like this. And she asked me how to go there to say, and I gave her all the information. And then she arrived there the first time, and since then she stayed there. And then, how things develop. That was really, for me, a joy to see her back again and say, together with Ron,
Wow, I never knew that backstory of how Ron and Helene met, that it was through your direction to help her get there. And thank you for sharing about your evolution. Since meeting Roy in 2009, really you have created the center, which maybe I'll ask Walter to say a bit about, and you're teaching meditation, and it's become central to your life, which is
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Of course,
thank
there is
you.
a lot more to say, but
Well, and let's just say I'd love to have Swamiji back for a private interview, and I'll have both of you back as well to tell more about your personal story, because I think that's a whole podcast by itself. But today we'll talk a little bit more about the India trip. But Walter, give a brief introduction of yourself, and please include a little bit about the center where you are right now.
Yeah, I think here I can start. 2019, a little bit afterwards, there was already the beginning of the Corona crisis. And before we held meditation classes in a fitness studio, and everything was locked down. So we decided to prepare online meditations. We did, I think, 800, something like this. And after the Corona crisis, we started with our own center because we wanted to have a little bit about something to offer here regionally and to get in touch with people. And since then we have our classes here, and since then we also conduct online classes for CSA. We are so blessed to have these 2-hour meditations all 2 months. So we share it with Ray Booker, and every third Sunday you're also invited to share with us the CSA Sunday meditation. So we're quite busy in this way.
and we also had the opportunity to have Swami Nirvanananda. And during the Christmas time here, we celebrate with him also. There's so much to say, but
Well, that actually sounds like a perfect segue, because I believe that at the December visit, maybe Swamiji, could you describe how you kind of got this group together and then go ahead and tell us about what is the Kumbh Mela and why do people go there? Let's start with the basics as if no one's ever heard of it.
Okay. This Kumbh Mela is a very special event that has been happening for thousands and thousands of years. We don't really know when it started. If it started, it has always been there. It's a beautiful opportunity for all the disciples to meet their gurus and to have time for spiritual practice together. This is the main goal, because in this period of time, the main Kumbh Mela, there are several Kumbh Mela, the main Kumbh Mela, the Maha Kumbh Mela, like the one we were now, it happens every 12 years, because there is a special alignment of Jupiter, I think, and Earth and the Sun. The Earth is between the Jupiter, who is in the Kumbh means also Aquarius, in the sign of Aquarius. And so this is very, they say, and I feel also, of course, a very auspicious time to practice and to be there in the Sangam. Sangam is the place where the two main rivers and then the third, the Saraswati River, who is invisible, but it's a spiritual river, they come together. And to have a deep in this place, it's very auspicious for our karma, for our upliftment, and for our spiritual practice, I would say. So this was not my first Kumbh Mela. I started in 1989, so this was my fourth Kumbh Mela. But I would say, really, this was, for me, the best, absolutely the best experience I had during all these meetings. And so last summer, I was talking with our friends and say, oh, I will go. And then slowly everybody of the group started to say, oh, I would like to come. I would like to be part of the group. And so it happened very spontaneously. And we came together when we had 8 beautiful days at the Kumbh Mela.
Thank you for sharing that. And if I were going to go, I would want to go with you because I would want to go with someone with some experience to help me handle that experience. Well, and tell us, Swamiji, you said it was the best experience for you. What do you think? What does that mean for you?
It means I felt this because there were millions, really uncountable, millions of souls meeting together, but seeking souls, devoted souls, families, children, old people, all were coming together with the desire to express their devotion and to practice and to revive their spiritual life. So you are there in the middle of all this, and you can feel it. It's not like being in a rock concert where there are thousands and thousands of people, but these are not really normal people. These are devotees, seekers of the truth. So it's something, maybe I cannot find the words, but something, when you are there, you can feel it. It's really unbelievable.
Oh, Walter, since you were there most recently on this trip, could you also perhaps, even though we know it might be hard to put into words, do your best to say what it feels like to be there?
Well, I think first of all is to be in this environment of our Kriya Yogis, to be in this family together. It's really the people you like to be with, and who can knock on the door whenever they want it. It's always just perfect, The other thing is to be there was for me also a little different 6 years ago than it was this year, because 6 years ago I was really, first of all, informed about the autobiography of a yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda, on many places in his book described the Kumbh Mela. And he was always strongly looking for, what I understood, for holy people, for somebody who have to tell him something, who give him advice for enlightened people. And this was definitely also one of the main issues for me the first time to go there, to see holy beings, to get in touch with them, maybe also a little romantically thinking about meeting Babaji, speaking about important things, and maybe get some very important advice for my life. But this time it was different in a way, because first of all I thought going with Swamiji is very special, because then you just have to follow and go in touch. And for me was a little more an inward journey, meaning to have this Kumbh Mela, all the people, all the noise, all this turmoil around you, outside you, but to be completely open to this, be completely aware about this, but at the same time go inside is an incredible chance and exercise to grow in the way. And I enjoyed this very much. Yeah, definitely, it was wonderful.
What I heard you say is that the first time you went in 2019 with Wilma,
Yes.
you were seeking a little bit more. You were more looking for something to happen, maybe to meet Babaji or to have someone give you some special wisdom. And this was more of a surrender. I'm just going to be there. That's what I heard.
Well, the thing is always, when you are informed by somebody who wrote something, or by some pictures, or by some news, or by some ideas, it's not the same as when you are there, because you can be also being sidetracked there, because all this Indian thing is really overwhelming, at least it was for me. And you can just be a spiritual tourist, and everything is so interesting and loud and noisy and whatever. But this is not the real chance what the Kumbh Mela gives and provides for you. When you use all these things, meaning no family discussion, no private discussion, nothing what you have daily here around, you just slip into a completely different area of the life, different energy, and just completely aware about everything. This is for me the biggest chance to go there. And the first time going there was really interesting, because I think we met incredible many holy people, they say, because when they show up, everybody was falling down on their knees, and everything was so delighted when they show up. But I couldn't get this energy. I just looked at it and was aware about this, but I didn't maybe it was a different way of expecting things, what's happened in this time. But this time it was completely different, and it was just wonderful.
I would love maybe Wilma, you could share this, even so we'll share that you went in 2019, correct? And so
Yes.
even though you weren't at this most recent one, could you just explain, like, what is a day like? Like, for example, when we're in our homes, we have our daily routines and things we have to do. And if we're working, we do that. So, like, what is the day like? When you wake up, what happens and how does the day unfold, if it could even be described? Maybe every day is so different, but what does one do during the day at the Kumbh Mela?
Well, I will put it. I will put it in this way. It was full of experience, but also of colors. I mean, even when I wake up very early in the morning, I heard the mantras, and when I went to sleep, the mantra continues going on until you fall asleep. But It was full of noise as well, but I didn't let those things bother me. I was more interested on the inner connection, and I felt right away a connection there. And when I felt some saints around, and I felt like I was there at the right time, at the right moment, and I'm open and receptive, and I was joyful, very, very happy, and meeting people from different countries, of course, and having the opportunity to have direct connection with Puja Swami, and also he's the director of Parmaniketan, and also with Sadhviji. And like I said, there was this vibrant energy constantly calling you. I really felt home also. It's a wonderful feeling. And suddenly there were all these people around and participating and singing the mantras and meditation, and so much activities around that you see, and colorful. And right away they called me and said, now you're going to wear this dress representing the Yamuna, now you represent the other river. And suddenly I have a crown, but it was fun. At the same time, I felt very grateful that to be able to be there at the moment, not because they gave me a dress or anything like this, but it's just this atmosphere put me right away more inside, deeply with the mantras as well, and this connection with Swamiji, Puja Swami. And I don't know, after a couple of days we were there, we decided to go back. We were going to Varanasi, and we arrived to Varanasi, and the night we were trying to sleep, and I couldn't be able to sleep. All of the time I felt like I was in the Kumbh Mela, and I saw the face of Swami, Puja Swami, and his eyes always like calling me to go back. This energy so strongly there. Walter also felt this, so we were awake the whole time. And the morning, very early, we received a call, and that was Nadini, the one who arranged the things for Parmaniketan. She's also a monk, and she said, the Puja Swami asked for both of you to return immediately to Kumbh Mela. and wow, I say, wow, what a gift, we had this enormous feeling, this vision, and then at the other hand, the telephone rang, and we had to prepare our suitcase to go back with the taxi to Parmaniketan.
Well, tell me more about Puja Swami. Who is that?
Well, Puja Swami is the one who created his own center in the Rishikesh and Parmaniketan. He's the director of Parmaniketan. And all what I know is that really. And but he's a very powerful man. But the first time I met him, a little man, but with his eye very, very profound, very touching, and his energy.
Puja Swami is a nickname
Yes.
for Puja, for having these fire ceremonies. For this, he is very famous there in Rishikesh, and
that's right.
Very interesting to meet him and to speak with him.
Mm-hmm.
Could you also help me understand, maybe Swamiji can answer this, How long is the Kumbh Mela? You said you were there for 8 days, but it sounds like in Walter Wilma's case, they went, then they left, and they came back. So is it something that really kind of builds to a crescendo, and then how does that work?
Yeah, it is this spiritual period. It starts with January 14th. They said it's the time where the sun enters in the Capricorn, and they call it Uttarayana. It's the uh, journey of the sun from south to north. So, in this journey, this very special time is, let's say, from the beginning, January 14th, and usually it finishes with the Mahashivaratri. It can be at end of February, beginning of March. So this is almost the time, little less than 2 months. And during this time, millions of people are coming, and because there are special days where you have the special blessings, having the deep in the Ganges and the Yamuna, where they come together.
Thank you for that background. And Walter, will you tell us about your dip in the Ganges? Because you had a pretty funny story about that.
Did I?
You shared that as you were doing it, you heard Roy's advice in your ears. I want to hear
Oh.
that.
Yeah, it was very interesting, especially on this day, definitely, to have also Roy into this boat. Well, before in 2019 we went there, I asked Swamiji where to go, and he just recommended the ashram from Parmat Niketan, and also informed Roy that we want to go to the Kumbh Mela, and he just wrote me a short note. It was I just looked at it before, on the 16th of December 2018 at 12:48. Dear Walter, thanks for news of your India visit. If you go into the Ganges River, don't get water in your mouth or nose. The water is polluted with harmful bacteria. Blessings, Roy. And this was a very special information for me, because I looked at it before again during the Kumbh Mela in 2019. We always informed him what's happened and sent him photos and pictures. And on the 2nd of February, he wrote, "We enjoyed your notes and pictures in India. You can now rest for a while. Constant blessings, Roy." And at this time I thought, maybe it's a little bothersome because I sent him maybe too much information, too much pictures, whatever. But I didn't know that a few weeks later he was passing away, had his Mahasamadhi. So it was a very special information. Now we can rest for a while.
And also we have planned to go to CSA and to meet Roy
In March.
in March, yes. So what happened is we were back to Allahabad by Swami Puja Swami, and for the Kumbh Mela, of course. But I guess we're supposed to stay longer there, but we have our flight connection to fly to USA to Roy. And we were talking with Saviji about our trip back to USA. But I felt that Roy was not well. That he was. I mean, I didn't want to say that, give any information at the moment to Savi or to you or anything, because I kept it for myself. But when you were saying to Saviji that we couldn't be able to stay because we have to go to USA to meet Roy there. And I got an answer in my heart. For what? He's not there anymore. He's dead. I got this.
Well, we arrived on the 28th of March in Lakemont, and in the airport of Montreal, Swamiji informed me about this, what's happened, and we just were sitting waiting on our connection flight, and what now? What's going on? And This was our trip, and we definitely arrived on the 28th of March, one day after he had his Mahasamadhi.
Yes.
What an amazing thing that that worked out, that you knew and then you were there at CSA, and
Yeah.
maybe that helped you process his transition, the fact that you were there, already there.
Yeah, he was really not there, but really so there, so much
Yes.
there, so
Yes.
much alive, so much.
Yes. Constantly.
Yeah.
He was always in my thoughts. When we were in the airplane, we were. In one hand, I wanted to stay at Parmaniketan, and on the other hand, I wanted to go and see Roy. And then it was not easy, but I got the answer and I knew. But I couldn't be able to speak. What to
Yes,
say
you kept it.
about it until I was there. I mean, of course, I was deeply, touched. And it was a big blessing that he gave it to us when he married us. And he, the ceremony was so beautiful, full of light, and with the candles, and he gave us, this. He's always in my heart. He's always on our heart. For me, he's not gone. He's just physical gone. He's always there.
He gave us everything
Yeah.
that we need. I think we're all of us feeling grateful for Roy Eugene Davis right now, and I'm sure our listeners and viewers are too. So thank you for sharing that really personal, heartfelt experience that you had. And
Thank you too for
yeah.
listening.
Well, I wonder if we could transition now a little bit because, Walter, you had shared some beautiful visuals with us, if you're comfortable doing that. And then we could talk about some of just the moments that you had. And Swamiji, feel free to chime in if there was something you want to share from your experiences. But let's share a couple of the specific moments that you had while you were there on this trip.
So this is, I would say, the main part of the group. Not everybody is here, but this is the group that had the first deep in the Ganges, I would say. We are at present in the camp where we were staying, and if you cannot see, there are beautiful souls there waiting just to jump into the Ganges.
Actually, I have a question because it looks like it could have been a little chilly there.
Yes, it was chilly because it's northern India.
Yeah.
So the temperature was very changing. Some day was warmer, then the night was very cold also. And we were staying in tents. So we had to be covered. Yeah, this is also the place where the main pujas were happening, the prayers and the offering to Shiva. And this is our tree. It says Walter and Mauro with myself, just enjoying the present.
And tell us what is on your forehead.
Oh, this is tilak, because after following the ceremony of the religious ceremony, they touch you the forehead. It's a symbol of the third eye.
So for anyone who's just listening, there's like a mustard-colored horizontal stripe with the red in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, the horizontal stripes are the symbol of Shiva, the tree, because Shiva is always trident and tree everything, the god. And the main is where you can come in contact with Shiva is the third eye. This is the same place with more people, with more friends. There are friends from Encinitas, a friend from Austria, and then from Italy, and Walter also with us.
This, may I add, this was a very special ceremony because we celebrated the birthday from Swamiji.
Yes,
Very
I didn't
beautiful.
want to mention, but it's okay. we had a beautiful fire ceremony, and I was there and had the blessings of Pujari. It was very, very special, unforgettable.
Is singing happy birthday universal? Did they do
Oh
that
yes, it
in
is.
every culture, right? In their own language, right? So what language did they sing happy birthday to you in?
They sing also happy birthday in English.
That's funny.
So this is the first deep we had together, 5 of us, and we are really enjoying this moment. It was really a wonderful moment of joy, upliftment, and friendship also, of course. Yes, this was the main day where we had the deep with the Swami and all the group of the ashram, and this is also part of our group. We all had the blessings of this moment. Now this is Puri. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are helping the children of the lepers colony and poor children in the villages nearby to go to school. And this is the school that we built about 10 years ago, 8 years ago. And this day was a special day because it was the Republic Day. So they had a wonderful meeting with all the children and the teachers.
Wonderful. And so we're seeing the kids in their uniforms and
Yes.
Swamiji, could you help us understand where is Puri and the school and where is the Kumbh Mela in India?
Okay. So Puri is on the Gulf of Bengal.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 400 miles south of Calcutta. So it's on the east coast.
East
Allahabad,
Coast.
yeah. Allahabad is a more central, more northwest compared to Puri. It's, I would say, in the middle between New Delhi and Puri, where the Ganges and the Yamuna come together.
Thank you for that context.
Yeah, please. This is also our group. We had a special meeting with the children. Oh, good. And after that, we had the picture in front of the school to remember that special moment. You saw maybe there was somebody with my guitar, because every time I was going to the school, they asked me to sing. The main song they wanted to hear was Gopala, Gopala, and all the children were singing with, and it was explosion of joy. This is one of the class. This was part of the main meeting in the big hall. And this is the picture with the teachers, and they are welcoming us for our visit. It's beautiful.
Just
Beautiful
The picture in the
memories.
background, incredible, isn't it?
yes, and I'm also just struck by the beauty of all school teachers in every country and city and town in the world. God bless them. Right? They are such beautiful souls that take care of the young ones.
Yeah,
I'm just seeing that in this group of people.
they are beautiful. And Puri is is very famous because I went to Puri for the first time in 86, 87 because I wanted to see the place where the Suyuktasvar ashram is, and also where Yogananda lived with his guru. So with other friends from Encinitas and from Rochester, New York. We went to visit the Mahasamadhi, the place where Suyuktasva was buried. So this is the entrance. The next picture you will see the temple where Suyuktasva has been buried. Yeah, this is inside with a picture of the gurus.
There's a cobra in the picture.
Yes, of
And
course.
I'm remembering the stories from Autobiography of a Yogi where they described, some disciples described a cobra coming at Yukteswar and he radiated peace at it. Do you all remember that story?
Yes, yes.
It didn't bite anyone.
No,
Oh,
no. But this is also when you see Lord Shiva is always with a cobra around his neck. So this on the nearby there's a Shiva Lingam, this white thing, and the cobra is around the Shiva Lingam. Shiva Lingam is just a reference for Lord Shiva, and the cobra is taking care of him. This is the meditation hall where also Suyuktasva and all the Swamis later, they were conducting meditations. It's a huge altar, it's beautiful.
Swamiji, I think this was your last photo, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Well, what I did was just looking also in the internet for a map for for different places of Kumbh Mela, and also when you look at in Wikipedia, you find there where the occasions and the years were in these different places. Usually, they all are located on rivers. And we have here the Ganges and Yamuna in Prayagraj. Prayagraj is a new name for Allahabad. And we have also this mystic river, what Swami said before. It's the Jamuna. Okay.
Sorry, Saraswati.
Saraswati, you're right.
Yes,
You're
yes,
right.
yes.
Thank you.
Because I am Saraswati, I know.
Yeah. It's easy to remember. Yeah, of course. Oh.
By looking for some photos for the presentation today, I just thought about also to look back for 2019, and you see here professional pilgrims in Varanasi. They are surrounded by cows, you know.
Oh,
And when you see me, this is a massage what was agreed for 500 rupees, and right away 3 persons showed up and I have to pay 3 times. But it was a very nice massage. These are not professional pilgrims, you know.
it was fun to see it.
I just found a few photos what I make in 2019. This was a day of a big gathering for ladies. It was a Women's Day, and thousands and thousands of people were showing up and were honored. Was very impressive. This was one afternoon. Every night people showed up, and what I said before, holy people. I really can't say who this was, but everybody who saw them really was paralyzed and tried to get a touch or sight or some kind of darshan.
And may I just add to this, we may have some listeners and viewers who aren't as familiar with Kriya Yoga even, and Autobiography of a Yogi, but some of these swamis and sadhus and saints, they really live in isolation most of the time, right? And then they come to the Kumbh Mela.
Well, what I always understood is that many are really live in the Himalayas or in the cave or whatever, or some sadhus who really give everything up. most of them who are showing up there are having their own movement and are very well known for their own teachings, of course. And maybe Swami Nirvanananda can say something about them. I think they are all well known.
Yeah, there are many swamis and sadhus, and there are so many different orders, and they come to the Kumbh Mela and attracting so many disciples, and so they can just give them the instruction, teachings, and so on.
When reading the autobiography of a yogi and reading especially this chapter 36, when Sri Yukteswar described his own experiences, he was on the Kumbh Mela and just was invited by a very holy being to speak with him and had a good conversation, but don't realize that this was Babaji, you know. So I think for me it was exactly the same, seeing so many people and realizing that they are very special, but don't know really what order they have. Yeah. I just go through. Here, this was our dip at this time, what we had. This was completely from the south of India, Mataji. Very wonderfully, I met her this time again, 6 years later, and she's still the same. Every morning, standing up at 3, 4, making her small meditation, going to the Jamuna river and taking a dip, and just so beautiful, so well, everybody also say, yeah, she's a saint, she is Mataji. A little more gray, I have to say, but still so wonderful and beautiful. It was very wonderful and a great blessing to meet her again.
It was a blessing also to meet her, and you feel the energy and the connection, the peace, a lot of peace, and you didn't have to really speak much or say nothing to experience this connection. It says more than words. It was very intense, but beautiful.
6 years ago, it was interesting because there were on this river a lot of boats where you can cross the river, and there you find a lot of sadhus. And here I just make a picture of one. And I remember when we were this year in the sadhu camp, he was also sitting there with his whole decoration and living his life.
Swamiji, can you explain a little bit about what that might mean, what he's wearing and how he's decorated?
These are malas with rudrakshas. Rudraksha is the holy seed for Lord Shiva. And he has so many. But and then the flowers all around his head. Mostly these people are like Rasta, where they have this hair all locked together. And mostly of them, they are also Naga Babas. Naga Babas they are completely naked and just covered with ashes. And they
so the white on his arms and legs is ashes.
It is, yes.
And that's a protection for the skin, since they don't wear many clothes.
Yes, it's protection against cold.
Wow.
Yeah, and here we are in this year. This is a photo taken from our group gathering with Satviji.
Could you say who she is? Because I didn't know.
Well, we have here the Puja Swami, who is the spiritual director of Parmat Niketan, and this is his female successor, I would say.
Well, she's from USA, and she has a PhD from Stanford University, and she lived in Parmaniketan, and she became a monk, a sannyasi monk, by ordered by Puja Swami. And of course, she's very active for humanitarian projects and teaching and conducting meditations, and also relating for families, connections and affairs, and teaching. And also she writes books. I don't know how many, but I know. And yeah, she's wonderful, sadvi, very sweet.
Just remind me one thing what we experienced in 2019 when we were there. A little outside there was a little different construction last time of this whole ashram. So they had this fire ceremony outside, and when you go down to the river, there was on the right side the exposition, and when I came closer, I saw it was an exposition for toilets. And I thought, what is this? And I spoke with them, and they informed me they have a big project to bring to every rural city sanitarian support and even toilets. And they explained me they had over the last few years built 90 million toilets. So this is a huge number, and this is, wow, so incredible what they do. Yeah.
That's wonderful, because I think the pollution is a big issue in India, and so what a wonderful sanitation project.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes, especially for educating the children and having a place where things are more clean, and there are places where you don't have any toilet, and especially in very poor places. So also for the health, for the children and for the family members, of course. This is an incredible project.
What do you see now?
We still see the picture from the ashram there.
Okay. So
Yes.
I'm back here. Okay. I think this is one of the incredible photos where we see all 11 Kriya Yogis together. This is Emma, this is me, this is Stefania from Italy, this is Mauro. Here we have
Judith,
Gayatri, we have here Craig Bullock, we have here Swamiji, we have here
I forgot his name.
Chris.
Chris. We have the son of Ishadas here,
Yes.
hiding a little bit. We have Sylvia, we have Wolfgang. So this is America, Italy, Germany, Italy, America, Italy, USA, Italy, Austria. This is incredible. And of course, America and India also added. It's incredible.
Beautiful.
Really, you meet people from all over the world, from South America, from Spain, from Europe, of course, but USA is.
And here we are already back in Varanasi. This is the temple from Lahiri Mahasaya. I think a few of us were already gone. It was Stefania and Mauro. But here is the rest, and this is also incredible to be there and to see this very wonderful place to be. And of course, some very holy beings here in Varanasi, bringing light, energy, flower, love to the living energy of the river Ganges in Varanasi. I think this is my last photo. These are Pandits from Parmatniketan who make every day this chanting and these fire ceremonies. very wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful people. Yeah.
Beautiful.
We just remembered when we arrived and embraced and shake hands, and it was wonderful to see us again 6 years ago later. Yeah.
Yeah. Can imagine.
That's it from my side.
Well, this has just been so delightful for me, and I want to thank the three of you for spending your time with us, and I hope that this lights some interest in Swamiji. You may get some inquiries about taking us next time. we, now we
Yes, yes.
maybe CSA can organize to come, but
You
what
know,
I,
this meeting was so special because it happens only after 144 years. So we can go in 144 years again.
wow,
Maybe
okay.
with different bodies, with different names, but we will be there, okay?
That's good. Well, let's do this. Let's close with your song, Swami Nirvanananda. So we'll just, I won't speak again. That will be the end of the recording. So we'll just say thank you for now, and then we'll listen.
Okay, I would like to chant this Gayatri Mantra that is so holy. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimai Dio Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimai Dio Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spirit Led Podcast. Special thanks to our producer, Monty Craig. Please subscribe to catch upcoming episodes. For support in your awakening journey, visit our sponsor, the Center for Spiritual Awareness at csa-davis.org. We offer online group meditations, classes, and in-person retreats at our headquarters in Lakemont, Georgia. Once again, that's csa-davis.org. Until next time, remember your pure essence of being an eternal relationship with the infinite.